Welcome to the Eye on Annapolis Local Business Spotlight. There are thousands of locally owned businesses in the area, some small and some large. Some you may know and others you don't. But one thing they all have in common is a great story, and we want to share it with you. Join us every Saturday as we talk to the founders, the owners, and the managers of local businesses you have come to know and love, and those you will come to know and love. Now here's your host, John Frenay, with this week's Local Business Spotlight.
I'll tell you, I love when a new business opens up, and it's even more exciting when they open up in the midst or on the tail end, or I don't know what we are with COVID, but we are here at Snap Fitness, which is a new business I'll call it the Annapolis Town Center Light, because it's sort of the little thing right between Mission Barbecue, as well as probably one of the better burgers in town, the BGR joint. But we are here with Brandon Schuchard, who is the partner and general manager and probably chief cook and bottle washer of the new Snap Fitness here. How are you?
I'm really good. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for inviting me in. The paint still smells fresh, and the carpets and everything else. So it's
19 days into it, right? Pretty new, which is great.
That's amazing. Now, Snap 24 Fitness, I mean, you guys sort of announced that you were coming a long time ago, and then obviously COVID stopped you or delayed you and everything else. So glad to see that it's finally coming to fruition and you're open. And I've got to say, I'm very surprised when I walked in the front door to see the number of people that are here working out in the middle of an afternoon on a Saturday. Yeah. I can think of plenty of better things to do than work out in the middle of a Saturday. Yeah. So that's really good. Let's find out, what is your background? I mean, you are a partner, so you've got a piece of the pie in this. Yeah. And you're also the general manager. So you've got the whole fitness end of this thing going too. Yeah.
Yeah. So background just started off in health and fitness right from the get-go, playing sports. And I grew up, wanting to do something like this and coach and teach, and went to school for it, and fell in love with the fitness industry in 2002 and never looked back. And I was with some larger companies in the fitness industry. And that's actually where I met my partner. And when we decided to go ahead and venture out on our own, we decided that having a little framework would help. Framework meaning that they have the systems kind of put in place, but there's freedom within the framework. And Snap Fitness provided that for us. And so we did a lot of homework on a lot of different companies, a lot of different franchises, going out on our own and just starting our own brand in fitness, if you will. And we found out that Snap Fitness was the best way for a couple different reasons. Again, that freedom within the framework, but also we like the 24/7, the ease of use. We like the brand imaging. We knew it was a worldwide product as well. So if you're a member at Snap Fitness Annapolis, you're a member at Snap Fitness Australia as well. Okay. And so we like that aspect of it.
Do you sell travel tickets to get to Australia?
We should. Yes, we should. That's a good idea. Maybe we can throw that in the mix. But that's our background is we want to get the community involved in health and fitness. My partner is very heavily involved in community and wants to be bettering our community. And I'm 100% on board with that when it comes to health and fitness, for sure.
Well, it's a good point to say that. I mean, Snap Fitness 24, is it?
It's Snap Fitness. Yeah, and 24/7 is what kind of follows.
Is your hours. Okay, so there's like a pause.
Yeah, it's like Snap Fitness 24/7.
But Snap Fitness is a franchise.
It is.
And a lot of people will sit there and say, oh, franchises are these big old corporations and all the money goes out there and everything else. Some of the money does go out to this big corporation.
A little bit. But, a lot of that just goes for things that we need to pay for, like the website and for national marketing. Sure. And to be very frank with you, Snap Fitness was one that didn't take a big chunk of the pie. They only take a little bit of the pie to go ahead and do those great things that they're doing, to go and advertise for us, provide that brand imaging around the world. We're one of the sponsors for the bobsled and skeleton Olympic team. So those things are important, right?
They absolutely are. And again, you are locally owned, locally living.
That's right.
You're, when you cash that paycheck, as an owner, you probably question whether you do get them or not. But other people first, you're at the end of the line. But I mean, you're taking that and you're shopping locally. You're hiring local employees.
That's correct.
And so when people hear of a franchise, I mean, it's not necessarily a big corp like Home Depot or Best Buy. They are here, and honestly, the money that you're paying to Snap Fitness, in my opinion, is no different than the money you would pay to WBAL to advertise on TV or to the Capitol to advertise in the paper or something like that. But so you've got this background in fitness, and how did you end up here? I mean, you said you met your partner in the fitness industry, so you guys were working together, and then.
Yeah, so I started my fitness adventure out in Arizona in the Scottsdale area, and then when a club here, a big club, decided to open up in the Annapolis area, they shipped me out here to open up that club. And that was back in 2009, and we've been building our clientele base and community, and met my partner at that club and never looked back. We've been great friends and close partners in business to really. To be successful in this business, we chewed off 2 of these locations. So there'll be another one opening up here soon, I will say. Where? And we'd like to keep it local. We want to make sure that it's local for a couple different reasons, because when this one gets really, really busy, we can take some pressure off this one. Okay. So it's not so crazy busy. I think that's very important for our clientele to know. And it's also kind of a selfish reason, so we can manage them easily so that we don't have to go over all God's green earth. So we're looking at Edgewater. We're looking at Severna Park. We're looking at Arnold. We're looking at even the Eastern Shore. So there's a few different
Gambrels or something like that.
Yeah, too, as well. Yeah. So we're keeping our eyes open for great locations. Of course, we're looking at fitness deserts, we call them, where people don't have a lot of options, and we want to provide this 24/7 product where people have a key to get in and they can come work out whenever they want to. And there's educated fitness behind those doors.
Do you have an exclusive on the area?
Yeah, absolutely, we do. Yeah. Okay. So when you I guess sign off with Snap Fitness, they're giving you an area, is what they do.
They give you a circle. They take the compass out and draw the circle on the map and say
you've seen it.
That's where you are. Because I think the nearest, I was looking at the website, the nearest one is Alexandria or Arlington, one of the northern Virginia.
You got some there, and then there's one up in Falston, Maryland, which isn't too far away, 40-ish minutes away. Great person up there at the Rock Hill.
I mean, that might as well be 100 hours away, because when you're going to work out, I mean, most people. In and out.
It has to be convenient, right? Convenience wins.
Oh, without a doubt. I have a friend of mine that opened up the Wegmans up in Gambrels.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, well, why don't you shop here? I said, I would love to support you. I said, but you know what? I passed like 9 grocery stores getting to you.
Yeah.
It takes me half hour to 30 minutes to get up there. And one of the grocery stores I can and do walk to. From my home.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, it makes, so convenience is absolutely huge.
Very, very, very important.
And you are convenient. I mean, the address is Somerville Road, which a lot of people don't really know what the name of that road is.
It's West Street, right? It's really right on West Street, busy road, seeing thousands of cars go by. So we know it's convenient for a lot of folks going to work, coming home. I mean, it's close to schools. It's close to a lot of grocery stores, and like the big things like Target and Whole Foods. A lot of people are buzzing around that area. So it's really convenient for people to come in and get a workout, maybe run their errands right after or before. So it's very helpful.
And the other landmark people want to know is the old Union Jacks, which is going to be Vibe as they're opening. But it's the entrance to the center is directly across the street from there.
That's right.
If you don't know the name of the street, that's where it is. But let's talk about the model, okay? You've got your T-shirt on there and it says 24/7. So you are a 24/7 operation?
That's correct. Yep. So we're changing the model a little bit here at Snap Fitness. So it used to be where you just kind of key fob in, and there wasn't a whole lot of people working inside these facilities, and they would just come in as a member and they would get on their piece of equipment and do their thing. What we're really turning this corner is that we're educating folks when they walk in the door, so they stay members for longer. They're seeing their results. They're doing the proper things when they walk in the gym. So not only are we 24/7, but we have a lot of staffed hours with all certified personal trainers here at Annapolis location as your employees. So everybody who does everything is a certified personal trainer and can point people in the right direction. So that way, if they do come in after their first initial 2, 3, 4, 5 visits and there's no one here, they feel more comfortable. So they stick with it longer because they're seeing and feeling results, and they become part of that health and fitness community where they're helping other people get involved in health and fitness too. And that's what it's all about.
So you're not after that January, March customer?
I don't. I don't want a customer who doesn't want the gym. And a lot of people think that like, oh, I'm a really good customer. I only come once or twice. And that's not what we want. I want you to come 20 plus times in a month. I want you to use your facility. I want to make sure that you're seeing and feeling results, because that's what it's all about. It's all about making sure that you're living a healthier lifestyle for the outside world, not inside the gym.
Right. Well, you mentioned staffed hours, which indicates to me that there are unstaffed hours.
That's correct.
How does that how does that work for the key fob? I mean, we can get people in the door.
Yeah.
But I mean, is that an insurance issue? I mean, what if I, trip on a treadmill?
Yeah. So there's obviously a release liability assumption risk. We all autograph once in a while in our lives, right? But we also have safety features inside of our club too. So you have an AED, and so that's available just in case somebody would get in trouble and somebody can help out if staff's not here. And we also have these lanyards around the wall, and it's equipped with a little safety button. It's almost like I've fallen, I can't get up type button. So you can actually take that with you during your workout. If you're in here at 2:00 in the morning, you're the only person and you're not feeling safe from a health standpoint, or there's somebody banging on the glass being weird at 2:00 in the morning, you can push that.
That would never happen.
Yeah, right. Hopefully not, knock on wood. You can push that button, it alerts the authorities, and the authorities would come and they'd help you out at that time. So that's definitely helpful. We also have a very sophisticated security system. So we have 14 cameras all over the place watching all the time. We can see it from wherever we are, and we can hear and see and kind of know what people are doing or not doing all the time as well. That's helpful.
That's great.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
I mean, that was one of my big things when I heard staffed hours. I'm like, wow. I mean, I can, you see the videos where somebody's lifting more than they can, and all of a sudden the barbell's like pinned on their neck. And
that's right. and that's where the educated fitness comes in. We hope all of our folks are being educated when they first walk in, so they feel really good about their workouts when they're by themselves.
Right. Now, what is your pricing model? I mean, you're a membership, obviously, is monthly membership. Is that how that works?
That's right. It's month to month. No processing, no enrollment, no extra hidden fees. You pay as you go. You stop whenever you want. It's a very simple process. And we're in that middle $50, $55, $58 range right now. Okay.
Well, how do you, I guess, this probably should be an easy question for you, but how do you compete with the $10 a month Planet Fitness?
Yeah, I think I know for sure ours is all about educated fitness. So when people are walking in, they're truly understanding how their body is moving and what they're supposed to be doing based on their strengths or weaknesses, their ailments, their postural deviations. So like I said, all of our staff members are certified personal trainers, and we walk through every single person with their overhead squat test to find out postural deviations that they may have, which just means that they may have some tight muscles, and we give them corrective exercise and corrective stretches to make sure that they're doing the right things inside the club so they feel better and they don't injure themselves outside the club. That's a big thing. Obviously, the 24/7 definitely helps out, right? Yeah. So they can come in whenever they want to. And it's a key fob environment where people feel like they're part of almost like their own home, right?
Sure, it's
the key to the palace, right?
Look at me, I'm important.
Yeah, so every member has this sense of ownership, and that helps too because it helps keep our clubs clean. It helps protect each other and help each other out from a community standpoint. And I think that those things really set us apart for sure.
We talked about your staff being personal trainers.
Yeah.
Do you offer personal training through Snap Fitness?
Yeah, we do. So the program,
and obviously that's an extra cost of side of the monthly fee.
Yeah, people choose to invest in personal training programs, and it's just like choosing to go back to school and take a class or two to go ahead and become more educated. And that's exactly what people are doing. They're coming into a Snap Fitness university, if you will, and we have professors of fitness, and our customers are choosing to invest in a program for a 3-month, 4-month, 5-month period to really get the education that they need about lowering stress and having better sleep patterns and proper nutrition and flexibility and mobility and strength and cardiovascular strength. And then they have it. And then we hand them a diploma and say, now you know what to do. And so that's what we want to focus on, is making sure we're educating our people. Some people can choose to get involved in that program and really focus on spreading the good word of health and fitness.
Well, then obviously you get your evangelists that are here that are spreading the word. And that's obviously the best and the cheapest advertising you can possibly get.
Best marketing ever, right? Absolutely.
Yes. Now, on your personal training, is that group personal training, or is that individual, or is it both?
We do have both. Yeah, we have partner training, we have one-on-one training, and then we have group classes that are included in our memberships as well. So
that's included?
It is. All of our group classes are taught by certified personal trainers. They're a small group, so we can't have any more than 15 people in our groups for a couple different reasons. Number one, for safety. Number two, so we can really hone in on technique and posture for every single person when they're going through our classes. Mm-hmm. And we offer a wide range of classes right now. And we're only 19 days into it. And we're really tailoring that into what our members are asking for and needing and wanting.
I know that also they just announced recently where the old 24/7 or 24 Fitness was over at the town center. They're bringing in Lifetime.
Yeah.
And they're at, they've got the membership. I mean, it's like joining a country club. And I think they actually build themselves as a lifestyle resort or something along those lines. And I mean, that's starting at about $169 or $250 a month, which is crazy. I mean, and that seems like that's sort of like a Hilton versus the Ritz.
It's a different environment, right? So, and I don't know what their hours are going to be. I don't know if they're going to be 24/7 or not. And I'm very familiar with Lifetime Fitness, and they were a big competitor of mine out in Arizona, and beautiful clubs, fantastic. And they do a really, really good job with the personal training side of things. So we'll have a little bit of competition there, which is great. I love that. Competition breeds success.
Right.
But it's going to be a whole lot bigger. They've got the pool, the sauna, the steam room, the cafe, where we don't have all of those. And they're going to have to go ahead and charge a little bit more to go ahead and cover those expenses too. So we're going to have different clientele for sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, so you don't have a pool, you don't have a cafe?
We don't have a cafe,
there's no like bar service to the treadmills or anything like that?
There's not, unfortunately, no.
Working on that
we throw some water bottles out once in a while. That's about
it. Well, that's it seems like it's a different model, and what really sets you apart to me is the 24/7 access.
Yeah, for sure.
I know for a while pre-COVID, which is I think sort of how we refer to everything in our life from here on forward. But I was a member of the rec center for the city.
Oh yeah,
and they shortened up the hours and everything else. And I'm an early bird. I mean, I would like to get in there if I could get in there at 5:30 and work. That'd be fine. But they initially opened at 6, and then they switched it back to like 8 a.m.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, well now this is just.
It's not
convenient for me.
Not working, right.
And that's, to me, that is the huge thing. Now, do you let new members come in 24/7? I mean, I'm going to say, if I sign up today, am I getting my key fob and can come in at 2:00 in the morning, or do you evaluate them first?
Yeah, we want to make sure we have that conversation. And that's what our initial meeting is, really having that conversation about why you're here. What are your health and fitness goals, and where's your education level, and how can we help you out, point you in the right direction? And if we feel comfortable enough for that individual being there at 2:00 in the morning by themselves, yes. But we're also very professional. If we don't feel comfortable, we're going to let them know, like the first workout, we want to make sure that you spend time with a personal trainer before you come in here on your own.
Well, I know, like Lifetime, you mentioned they got the pool and the saunas and stuff like that. You don't have that here.
Right.
Are there any kind of facilities for people? I mean, if I'm coming in and working out at 5:00 before work, am I humping it back home for a quick shower before I get to work? Well, if I don't work at home.
Right. So what we did is we built beautiful, like at-home shower changing rooms, beautiful glass doors, tiled, beautiful showers, because we wanted people to go ahead and use them before and or after work to get ready here, or maybe even shower after work, whatever they need to do, and make that comfort. We talked about comfort level being so important. So we have private showers, private changing areas in both men's and women's to make sure people are utilizing that and not having the excuse of like, well, I don't have a shower, so I can't work out there, right? Or I can't work out at all. So we thought that was really, really important in our space.
Take it out. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Do you find people are using yourself in the middle of the night?
We talked about those 14 cameras that are all over the place, and I get to go ahead and see what's happening all the time. And kind of we go every single day, we go back and take a look at the day and fast forward and see what's happening. And we're seeing roughly about 10 people working out from that midnight to 4 a.m. right now. Now we're a little early in the game, right? Sure. 19 days into it, that will pick up. I have had experience in a 24/7 facility, and we know it makes sense to keep the lights on during that time. In this environment, we have doctors and nurses and police and fire and restaurant workers.
Yeah.
They work at it after their shifts or early in the morning before their shifts. Today's society is not a 9 to 5. It's not. And, we need to offer that for everyone. And this space does that. It offers a space for somebody to come in and work out whenever they need to.
You're 19 days in, so you may not be able to really judge this at this point, but the members that you've got coming in so far, and I mean, you've got a good number. Again, we're in the middle of a Saturday afternoon. What are the goals of these members generally? Or are they all different? I mean, is it weight loss? Is it more getting, in shape? Is it my back is aching and I need to,
A lot of it's mobility. Like I want to feel better. I want to move better. A lot of it's that. But in the fitness industry in general, most of our patients want to go ahead and lose some weight. Now, when we talk about that, we make sure that we're very specific on what kind of weight they want to lose, and they're very aware of they want to lose body fat rather than losing lean mass after our conversation.
Right.
So we make sure that people understand the difference between just losing weight and losing body fat and gaining lean mass. Those are very important things to set apart for our folks. But that's the majority of our clientele. They want to drop a few pounds of body fat and they want to gain some strength, make sure that cosmetically they're feeling better, but also functionally they're feeling better.
Okay, I'm not winded walking up the steps and
that's right.
That type of a thing. I can get on a bike and ride for a couple miles without
get on the floor and play with my grandkids. Like those are real life things, and that's what we're hearing and seeing with our clientele.
What's the average age here? 18 to 70.
It's like 52. I would say is average. We have a very mature clientele that comes in that really wants to work on balance and coordination, and then we're getting the 30-year-olds and the 40-year-olds that are getting that average to about that 42. So
interesting. Do you get into? I mean, you've talked about the goals of weight loss and stuff like that. It's and you've mentioned nutrition a couple different times. I mean, do you do any kind of nutritional counseling?
We give suggestions is what we do. Yeah, we don't have a nutritionalist.
Because you probably have to have a degree or something.
That's correct. Yeah. So we give professional suggestions and go from there. When we talk about age, one thing that we're really trying to go ahead and make people realize is that at the age of 10, they can become a member with their legal guardian, right? So we want these younger kids to come into our gym so they can learn how to get themselves involved in health and fitness at an early age, because then it starts sticking. And they have that education when they go to high school, when they go to college, and when they're on their own, they know what to do. And so we're reaching out to schools and teams and making sure these kids realize they can come in here and start learning.
And again, I got to think for a kid that's, I'm not thinking of 10, but I'm thinking, in the high school thing that maybe driving themselves, this is probably, a godsend to have something that's available at this, maybe I can get up a little bit earlier and get in before school.
We're hoping it will. We know that kids are busy with activities. All kinds of activities nowadays. And so we're working on student programs where, like, over the summer, we can have a program for kids. If they come in maybe once or twice a week, that price point is not as high as what a normal membership is. So we're rattling some ideas around right now to make sure those programs are being set in place for those students.
What would surprise me as we start to wrap up, what would surprise most of the people that are listening to this about Snap Fitness that we don't know?
I think the amount of space that we have inside this facility surprised people when they walk in. They didn't realize it's that airy. I think that's a big thing. They didn't realize that the different type of equipment can offer them great success. Those are some surprising things. We're hearing a lot of just like the surprising, feature of having the personal trainers here to help them out. So when there are people working out and they have questions, we've got staff members here from that 7 to 7. So the majority of our people are being taken care of Monday through Thursday with a question here and there. So those are some heavy.
And questions are just. Is that included?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like,
you don't have
hey, excuse me, I've got to, okay, wait a minute, start the meter.
You don't have to pay for, hey, how do I adjust the seat type thing. We want to make sure people realize that we're here to help the community out and make sure they're feeling comfortable in the gym. The biggest reason why people don't, they quit a gym membership or don't start a gym membership is they don't feel comfortable. So confidence and being comfortable are really, really important to make sure that we're creating here.
Well, you hit on something there exactly, is that the comfort level of being there. I mean, you want to be among your peers. So, I mean, you want to, whether you want to be people there that are, maybe they're all losing weight. They're not, as opposed to the gym rats that are just, must lift more pounds. And I remember, and I don't think they're still in business anymore, but there was a gym that was strictly for women. It was a low cost gym, probably 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah. There's been some of those in the fitness industry before.
And I mean, I think it has come and gone, but that was, that was the thing. The females didn't want to be in an environment where the males are, either gawking at them and making fun of them, or gawking at their butts, or, making lewd comments. And it was put them in that environment. So, I mean, I think, being comfortable in a facility is key.
It's extremely important. Yeah, very, very important. And again, it's one of the number one reasons why people quit a membership, just not feeling comfortable. Sometimes they won't tell you that, but if you get down to it, if you ask them with probing questions, it's like, I just don't feel comfortable and I'm not using the gym enough. And so we want to make sure that we don't get to that point, We're making sure people feel comfortable right when they walk in the door, that first initial handshake, and get them involved in those first couple workouts, and make sure we create that relationship so they feel comfortable to ask questions. Because a lot of people feel like, man, I feel stupid asking them how to adjust this seat. We don't want that because it's brand new to them.
Right. A misadjustment of the seat can throw back out pretty easily.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's cause more problems than it is. So that's. And do you have any open houses planned or anything like that? I know that you had the grand opening several weeks ago and stuff like that. I mean, can somebody come in and just get a quick tour and the nickel tour of the place and see what it is? Yeah.
Our doors are always open to guests. We want them to come and just see the place. And that's usually what it boils down to. People just don't know what this really has to offer. A website can do so much, only so much. But really, when you get in here, you try it out. You actually use some of the pieces of equipment. You try a class out. That's really what lets you know whether this is going to be the right place for you or not.
Okay, and generally that's 7 to 7?
Yeah, 7 to 7, Monday through Thursday, 7 to 4 on Friday, and then we're here in the mornings on Saturday for you.
Okay.
Yep.
So you cut out a little bit early on Friday.
Yeah, a little bit.
There's a happy hour someplace, I think. Yeah. So there's nothing wrung with that.
Usually for my staff members, it's like kids or family or things like that. But
snapfitness.com is the website. That's where you want to go to. You can search, put the zip code in, and it'll bring you right here to the Annapolis location. But the best thing to do is to probably just run up here and check it out. We've got Brandon Schuchard here, who is the general manager and partner. The guy's invested in. That's right. In the business, and a lifetime fitness instructor fanatic. I mean, for your entire career. Great location, plenty of free parking, and very convenient. Anybody in Annapolis, I mean, this is super, super convenient. Even if you're living out in, Broadneck, it's a quick shot off of Route 50 on your way home from work if you're working in DC.
Yeah.
Or a quick shot if you're going to hit it before. And you can, like I said, you can hit it in the middle of the night or early in the morning.
Early in the morning. That's right. Absolutely.
Fantastic. Well, I thank you for all of your time.
Thank you.
Congratulations on, I would say you're, 19 days at this point. But
thanks so much.
Thanks for listening to this week's Local Business Spotlight. Please make sure to visit eyeonannapolis.net for all your local news, events, and opinion. And in case you haven't already, please subscribe to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, where we bring you all the day's local news direct to your phone, tablet, or computer in about 10 minutes. It comes to you at 6 a.m. every Monday through Friday, and you can subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.